Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway.
And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
4th down. Here's Jay Camarda on to punt for the Bucs. Deep to return is Darius Davis. On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10
at their own 22.
That's complete out left to Ayuk. Now he's loose down the left sideline. He's on his way.
And down to the 19-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
It's early, but a now-to cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Ah, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
scampering home from 19 yards out.
And the Niners are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Mayfield.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
In a wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Purdy.
Buying time to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Ayuk goes in motion.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They'll start the drive with a give to White.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On 2nd down, they'll run with White.
And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They go play action. Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Lewis Seed
in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Here's Jake Camarda now. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. This now a 3rd and 4. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Ayuk goes in motion. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Purdy. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy now to throw.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 27 yards there, a first down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Moody good with the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They start the drive with White, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield off the play fake. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Mayfield now. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Niners are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 70 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Back to throw, Purdy. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. He completes it right side to White. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. Mayfield looks to throw. This is White on the screen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 31 yards.
And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. Purdy looking to throw. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, this is McCaffrey.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
This is 2nd and 8. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. They go play action here. Purdy. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And some room to work. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Ayuk goes in motion. Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
110 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Bucs are going to take over here up near the 40.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
In motion left, Godwin. Now Baker going to change it up.
Play fake. Mayfield. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. He completes this to Russell Gage. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now a give up the middle. This is White.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
3rd and 19.
Mayfield to throw it. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He's been terrific so far. Returnable here for Davis. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Just a 30-yard punt that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Getting to him for the loss there. That's Kalijah Cansey.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Throwing here, Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 6. Ayuk goes in motion.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
182 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Here's Madison running on 1st down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Purdy. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Buccaneers are right back in this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
The drive starts with a run by White. And now off to the races down the right side. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. He had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Fletcher Cox able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And hard running is going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's White. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rashad White.
43 yards.
And the Bucs are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy.
And he's got the speedster Goodwin.
Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 74 yards.
And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. So minutes after giving up the lead in the 4th quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight, though, on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
He sets to fire deep. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Russell Gage, 70 yards. And the Bucs use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 2. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT.
And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score Buccaneers 35, 49ers 26.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Fresh off that pick 6, here's Purdy.
Rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here comes 2nd down.
Switch up, switch up. 45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. 19 Lion. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
Purdy from the gun.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Jamel Dean.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Mayfield to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd and 10.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
White is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
White will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
McLaughlin for the extra point.
And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. Got a man. That's Ayuk.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Here's first down. Throwing, Purdy.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Bucs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
The Buccaneers are moving on in these playoffs as we say thanks for watching and so long.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we